Hi everyone. So today I wanted to do a really quick impromptu video um, about something that kind of comes along with any time you are starting a new diet or a lifestyle change or doing anything that has to do with kind of food and exercise. Questions of body image are going to come up a lot. Um, Personally, for me, I've talked about it a little bit on my blog. Weight is always something I've always struggled with, and it wasn't until recently when I kind of got a hold on it and I got to a place where I was healthy and where I was comfortable in my own skin. Getting to that point and getting healthy and eating right and doing everything I needed to do to get to the point I'm at now, I had to face a lot of struggles with body image. And I think that in today's society, I feel like a lot of the time it's a very media driven society. We're constantly surrounded by television, movies, the internet, especially. I think that a lot of media is also driven around kind of the perfect self image. You see commercials like Victoria's Secret commercials saying that you have to have big boobs and a small waist to be pretty. You have all of like models today who model all the clothing or size 00, stick thin, flat chest, everything, just really small. And by like putting those women out there for people to see, and by making clothes that size and having that be the one that you show off, is basically saying like this is the ideal size you should be at to wear these clothes. I think that it's very influential, especially for younger kids, because media is so accessible for everyone, and even if you're young you can access it. So it is kind of an issue, and I think that if I hadn't have gone through everything that I had gone through and put myself through the journey that I decided to go through years ago to get to the point where I am today, I would still have a huge insecurity with who I was. So I never had been happy with myself. I was never confident in myself. And it's really bizarre because I've noticed that since I've gotten healthy and I've lost weight and I've gotten in shape, and gotten more confident in myself, I've gotten less outgoing. Not to say that I'm not outgoing and that I'm awkward and I'm kind of an introvert, but I remember specifically when I was kind of at my heaviest, I was very loud and very kind of like in your face, outgoing, like nice to meet you, let's be friends, and all that stuff. And I kind of have come to an understanding that I did that to make up for the fact that I was so insecure and that I wasn't happy with who I was, so I would make up for it by being like really in your face, really loud, like let's be friends, and really happy all the time. So I was like that girl that people noticed, but they didn't notice me because of my size. They noticed me because I was like happy and loud and talkative all the time. And now that I'm more comfortable, I can be more kind of laid back and happy and just let people approach me rather than me going after people all the time and just being the first one to be like, hey, not to say there's anything wrong with that, but I have definitely noticed that it's kind of altered a little bit since I altered my lifestyle, and I think that it definitely has to do with the confidence thing. So yeah, I'd always struggled with it. I can't say that I'm 100% confident now, and I don't think anyone ever is. To be perfectly honest, I think everyone sees flaws within themselves and is always striving to be a better version of themselves, and not to say there's anything wrong with that, but I think that it can get to the point where a lot of the time we're very overcritical. So I do look in the mirror and I see things that are wrong with me. In my mind, they're wrong with me. It's nothing wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with anybody. There's just things that we don't like about ourselves. So in our mind, they're wrong and they shouldn't be there. So I look in the mirror and I see things that I don't think should be there and that I want to change about myself. Basically imperfections. And since we all thrive to be perfect, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I need to get rid of that and I need to change that about myself. Um, oh, I need to tone up a little bit here, or I need to lose a little bit weight here, or I need to start going to the gym a little bit more, and like I need to lay off of the carbs and like start eating a lot more vegetables to make up for this or that. So I can be critical, definitely not as much as I was before, and I'm definitely happier with who I am before. And I do still see the imperfections, but I think that along with the way I've changed my life and kind of matured also with age and just with experience, with life and just things that go on, I still notice the imperfections, but I've learned to accept them and be like, well, I see something imperfect about myself, but I still am confident in who I am. And like, if people choose to judge me over it, then that's their choice, and I don't really care because I'm happy with who I am, even though I'm not perfect. And I think that once you can kind of start seeing yourself that way, you will realize that you're way less stressed out, you're a lot happier, you're a lot more confident. And I'm obviously not like this perfect, like mentally stable, completely happy in my own skin. Like, I have those days where I'm very self-conscious and like nothing I put on to wear looks good on me, and I am like, have those days where I'm like, oh, I feel so fat and I feel bloated and I feel just ugly. And everyone has those days. Like, not even just girls. Boys definitely have those days where they're just kind of like, ugh. I mean, I like, my six-pack isn't looking as great today, or something, like anything like that. I don't know. Just, boys have body insecurities too. I just want to throw that out there, and I'm not going to make this whole video about it. But I think that a lot of like what media and society has told us is like, boys shouldn't be emotional about it and shouldn't care about it as much as girls should. Like, girls should strive to be what you see on TV, and boys shouldn't care about the way they look. They should just be like, oh, like, I know I'm great no matter what. But boys definitely have struggles with it. I know boys who have struggles with it and who don't like to talk about it, but it's definitely still there. I know, and I'm sure also, like, it goes on the other spectrum when you have just one of those great days and like everything you put on is looking amazing. Like, you throw together an outfit, you're like, oh, this looks so good and I feel so great today, and like what I'm doing with my makeup is awesome, and like my hair's working out really well, even though like I haven't done anything to it. Just like everything, you have those days where everything's going right and you feel good about yourself, and in your head you're like, yeah, I look pretty good today, pretty confident in myself. And some people say it out loud. Some people are like, yeah, I know I look great today. But and some people keep it in their mind. But everyone has those days, both days, back and forth. But I just basically really wanted to address that I feel like it's more about coming to terms with who you are, not necessarily losing a bunch of weight and getting to look a certain way. I feel like a lot of people think that with getting in shape or losing weight or having these goals, when like you post pictures of celebrities or models like up on your wall and magazine cutouts, it's like, oh, once I reach that, I'll be happy and I'll be comfortable with who I am. That's not necessarily the case. I'm sure a lot of those people that you post on your walls or that you see on TV aren't happy with themselves either. Maybe some of them are. Maybe some of them are like, yeah, I know I'm attractive and I'm really happy with who I am, but a lot of people aren't, and they won't say anything. Just like when you have those little days where you're kind of thinking to yourself like, oh, I'm not very happy with myself today, or I feel really great about myself today. So I think that it's really important for people to know, anyone who's doing this, who's trying to change their life or kind of just try different things. Like, I'm doing this to try something new. I wanted to see what it was going to be like to change my eating habits and my lifestyle and put myself in someone else's shoes. But I have been there where I'm trying to just get healthy and just lose weight. Like, I was at a point where I was very unhealthy, and for my own personal health, not even just for the way I looked, I needed to get in shape. I needed to lose weight, and I did successfully. And I might do a video on that backstory a little bit. It's kind of interesting, I don't know, but it's also a weird topic. I don't talk about it that much with people. But it could be cool to talk about, maybe. But, so I think it's more of a mental thing. I think just the actions and the journey of going through that are what make you stronger and are what make you more accepting of yourself. Not necessarily reaching that end product, but just, like pushing yourself through that. And it's a real mental thing. Like, to lose weight and to get in shape and to change your whole habit, and to see that change in yourself is such a mental thing. It's not even physical. Like, it's all in your head. It is really what it is. Like, it is a physical thing, obviously. You're getting in shape, you're losing weight, but the strive to get there and to push through it and to reach the end products is all in your head. Everything's mental. So I feel like through those mental exercises and pushing through and jumping over hurdles and reaching goals, that's what gets you to that being comfortable in your own skin no matter where your end point is. That's what kind of makes you strong. Those experiences build you up. They make you realize things about yourself. They make you have confidence in yourself, because once you like start losing weight, like you lose, you're like, oh, I lost 5 pounds. Like I've accomplished something. I can do things. You feel like you can accomplish a lot more. You feel a lot more confident in yourself and your capabilities. And I think that's kind of what comes along with it. It's just the journey to get there. It's really not the final destination. I think a big part of it too, for me anyways, I'm very surrounded by people I love and that love me, and they accept me no matter what size I am, or like how I am, or if when I was super loud and outgoing, and now when I'm a little more introverted and just laid back and comfortable, they love me no matter what. They'll accept me no matter what. They support me in my choices. When I'm like, oh, like I know I'm unhealthy and I'm unhappy with the way I'm looking and I don't feel good. Like I just didn't feel good when I was overweight. It's like I feel like tired and I feel slow and I feel sick all the time and I just can't do a lot of stuff. Like I can tell that I was unhealthy. They supported me to get in shape and to get to where I am right now, and they've supported me through going vegan for the month. Like my mom's basically doing it with me. She cleared out all of the cabinets of junk food. We have no meat in the house. It's just really supportive. Like I am in a relationship, and I have been for like over a year. I'm so fortunate to have a boyfriend who is very supportive of me and who loves me for who I am and like loves me and accepts me no matter how I look. And we've talked about it before. Like we both have our own insecurities, and he knows that he never knew me when I was like really bad, and really just like needed to get healthy for my own sake. But we've talked about it openly, and he knows, and we've discussed it, and he's very supportive of everything, and he's very proud, and I'm proud. And even when I have those days where I'm just like, oh, I feel so gross and I feel terrible about myself, he's there to say, you know what, like I understand that you're feeling that way, and I'm sorry you do, but I don't agree, and I think that you're beautiful no matter what. And I have friends that are the same way, and I have family that are very supportive, and I think that that's a big thing too when you're going through all this, is just surrounding yourself with people that love you and that will support you and be there to talk to you and just go along for the ride with you, really. Like regardless if they're like my mom and who are trying to like go vegan with you, even if you're not going vegan, if you're just losing weight, or not even weight or health issues, if you're just trying to go over any obstacle in life, that's what's important, is to have a really good netting of people that will support you the whole way and catch you when you fall. That's what's important, because in the end, the people that stuck there with you from beginning to end, the people that are going to stay there for a lifetime, anyone that trickled off during, I mean, they're not worth your time. If someone's your friend through anything, they'll be your friend through everything. So I think I covered everything I wanted to. So no matter what you're doing, whatever journey you're going through, and we're all going through different things, and we're all striving for different things. It's basically what life is. You're just striving for an end goal. And each day and month and year is made up of little events and obstacles that we have to get through. So whatever your goals are and whatever you're trying to get through right now, I wish you the best of luck. And just have the confidence in yourself and have the support of others, that when you don't have the confidence in yourself, they can give it to you so that you can succeed and you can be happy and learn a lot from everything you go through. So good luck, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And sorry it was very impromptu and casual, but I definitely thought it was an important thing to draw attention to. Bye.